Hi guys, this is take 2. The first one Instagram was a bit funny with, so I'm gonna do another quick bake of my shortbread, just so you can see. I've angled the camera down a little bit, so hopefully you can kind of see what I'm doing here, rather than watch me. So, all I'm gonna do is put 100 grams of plain flour, into my bowl very quickly. Go. With 50 grams of caster sugar, and then 100 grams of cold butter. And then this is exactly the same as our last week's live bacon scones. We're going to use our hands just to mix it all together. Make sure you've got unsalted butter, otherwise it won't taste as good. Almost there with that, actually. It wasn't too bad. Let's try. Oh, spot on. There we go. And then you want to make sure that you grease your baking tray with a bit of butter as well. It just saves it at the end when you come to take your shortbread off once they've set, because they'll sit on the baking tray for about half an hour before you take them off. There we go. Put that there for a minute. Okay. So excuse the mess underneath. I've literally done a batch, put them in the oven and done another batch because I've got half a packet of chocolate to use up, so I'm making another batch. I could have doubled the mixture to start with, but I thought I'd try 2 videos to see what would happen. So all you're doing is you're rubbing the sugar and the butter and the flour all together. You want to try and break up the lumps with your fingers, just like that. Okay, so you're just literally going to rub it all in. Let's just take that away. Now this doesn't take long, but because the butter's cold, it just means you've got to use a bit more force. So I'm just squeezing the flour and the sugar into the butter. Trying to do this as quickly as I can so it stays as cold as possible. And you want to rub it in until you've got no more little bits of flour or sugar, and it will start clumping together really quite quickly. But at the same time, try not to overwork it and get it too hot, because otherwise the butter starts melting, which is not tasty. So when it starts clumping together like mine is doing, all it means is I can squeeze it and it starts to hold its shape. I want to put 50 grams of my flavouring in. So chocolate chips, culture chunks, glace cherries, dried fruit. I mean, you could try some lemon and poppy seed, I'm sure that would be quite a nice combination. Or you could put some vanilla essence in. If you're going to do that, just put a really small amount of liquid, you don't want it too wet. So, as soon as that's got the chocolate kind of dispersed, I'm now going to start squeezing it together into a dough. In the bowl first because it's easier. and then I'll just tip it out. I've still got a few biggish lumps of butter actually. Just quickly mix that in. There we go. Okay. So all I'm doing is putting it into a round. I'm not overworking it too much, just making sure that all the chocolate is kind of incorporated. Flour on my rolling pin, and I'm just gonna start rolling this out, not too much. It's quite a short mixture. It's warm in here now though, because the oven's on. So this is starting to get a bit soft, if you can see. So all that means is the butter is getting warm and melting. There we go. And I'm sort of rolling it out fairly thin. I've got chocolate chunks stopping it going too thin. And then you can either cut it with a knife, use a cutter, I'm using a cutter, and just very quickly stamp out your shapes. Space them out on your baking tray. They do spread a tiny bit, please bear that in mind. So if you don't mind them sort of sticking together at the end, then that's fine. Now if you find like this, it's stuck to the table, a little wiggle should just pick it up. So my oven is set to 160 now. I know on Instagram I said 180. For my oven, that seems a bit too hot, which is why I've done second batch. So we're going to try 160, but somewhere between 160 and 180, depending on how your oven works best. And then roll it up a bit more. So I haven't brought it back into a ball, I've literally just pushed it back together. I don't want to overwork it. It is a little bit melty. And then what I'm going to do is, this is super soft now, it's too soft. So this will just be like the odds and ends of the dough. And it will probably spread quite a lot, so I'm just going to chop it into small pieces just to bake it. It's little shortbread bites. Just so it doesn't spread too much on the baking tray. There we go. So if you need to go onto a second baking tray, feel free. These will probably spread like wildfire now. I've put extra bits on. But I really don't mind. I'm not the neatest baker. But these will probably spread because I've overworked them. So if you want to with a fork, you can prick holes in the top. You don't have to. I'm going to go and pop this in the oven. Okay, so my oven's just gone. I'll get them out. There we go. So that is 15 minutes, I have to do a bit extra at 160. you can see the bits that were overworked, the kind of shortbread bites, they've all kind of spread a bit too much. But I thought that would happen. And then I've got 6 really nice cookies or shortbread biscuits. I'm going to leave them on the baking tray for at least 20 minutes, half an hour, just to harden up. Because if I sort of poke one now, they need a little. But they are really, really super soft, and I don't want them to change shape or break up before they're cold. So they'll set, and then I can just lift them off quite easily by hand. Any comments? Write them below. If you want to subscribe, feel free.